morning, everybody. And this is the class video for Wednesday, September 22nd. And we are looking at a few new things on the Blackboard site. Those of you who've gone to the Blackboard site probably noticed that we've got some new changes, some new things that have been loaded on. So I just want to go through those today so that we can see what's coming up. Now, just a reminder that if you have not yet submitted your literacy narrative assignment, you need to do that because we are now past the due date by a couple of days. So please upload your literacy narrative to the upload prompt in the Unit 1 folder. But where we're going to be spending time today is not the Unit 1 folder, but the new Unit 2 folder. So I'm going to turn on screen sharing now and take us all there. So let's take a look at what's in that Unit 2 folder. We're going to start by going to content. Again, make sure that your sidebar is open. I'm going to go to content, and you'll see now that there's a Unit 2 folder loaded up under the Unit 1 folder. Let's open that up. The Unit 1 folder is not going to go away. Don't worry. I do not remove folders once we've gone through the materials. I keep them up. We just accumulate them as we go. So communication technology and the pandemic. This is a collection of articles that I want you all to read by the 24th, that is this Friday before midnight. So altogether, there are 4 articles, these 3, and then this one on the 1918 Spanish flu pandemic. 4 articles to read between now and Friday before midnight, because we have a discussion board post in which you will be asked to respond to the ideas in the 4 articles. Now, you may be wondering, why are we reading about the pandemic all of a sudden? We just finished with this great sort of creative writing exercise about our experience with reading, and we've been practicing with skills like, you know, the sensory details. But this is a shift. And what we're doing is we are shifting to the skills that we're going to be practicing for the next big writing assignment. And the next big writing assignment is the exploratory essay. And the exploratory essay is going to be content-based. And what that means is that we're going to be reading articles on various subjects between now and the due date for that assignment. And you're going to be choosing a theme related to the content that we're going to be reading, right? So you can choose your own theme for the exploratory essay, but it needs to be related to the subjects that we're going to be discussing. So the first content theme is the pandemic and communication technology. So here, if you're wondering, well, wait a minute, what does the 1918 Spanish flu pandemic have to do with communication technology? 1918 was before we had communication technology that we have it today. We had just, in fact, during this time period, most houses didn't even have a telephone. So why are we reading about the 1918 flu pandemic? That will make sense once you get to the discussion board post. But just as those of you watching the video sneak preview, the idea is to try to imagine yourself in an earlier time going through the pandemic, but without communication technology. What did these people do back then? You may have read in the news that we just hit and surpassed the number of people dead from the pandemic as who died in the 1918 pandemic. Now, the 1918 flu pandemic is called the Spanish flu pandemic, but it's kind of a misnomer because it didn't even originate in Spain. It was just that it was first reported in Spain. But it was a worldwide pandemic, and it was the last time that we had a worldwide pandemic of huge global proportions was in 1918. So, you know, we're averaging 100 years between giant pandemics. Scientists say, though, that the next one may be coming a lot sooner than that. What we want to do in this bit of content, though, is we want to think about how we've been using technology differently since the pandemic, using it more often, using it for more things, using it for work, for school, for communicating with people when it's not safe to get together. And then we want to try to imagine what it would be like to not even have that technology. So that's what this group of articles is about. We want to have them all read by Friday, September 24th before midnight. Then we're going to go to the discussion board. Now, the discussion board has a new forum in it. So we scroll down to Unit 2, Forum 1. All right, communication technology and the pandemic. So all of the instructions are here. The grading breakdown is here. You want to have those 4 articles read, and none of them are terribly long, so don't panic. Have those 4 articles read and respond to them in your post following the instructions right here. So that's what we have for Unit 2 right now. Now, just going back into the content collection, just want to make a little quick visit to Unit 1, which, as I said, is not going anywhere. Okay, so if you have not yet uploaded the literacy narrative, please do so. Remember that it was due Monday, September 20th before midnight. Literacy narrative assignment is right here. I have not yet gotten to grading them. I'm still sort of catching up because I had relatives in town all week last week. So just be a little bit patient with me while I catch up. I will let you know if there's any problem with it, but usually the literacy narratives are assignments that are, pretty straightforward. You don't need to cite sources, usually, to be perfectly honest, everybody gets an A on the literacy narrative assignment, which is not the case with the rest of the assignments in this semester. So we start you out with the most creative one, with the one that you can use your own individual first-person voice with. And after this, they become more straightforward academic. So I hope you find the content interesting in these 4 articles. Please make sure that you respond to 2 other students in your discussion board post, because the due date includes also those responses. So you want to do that trick again where you give your post first, and if there aren't 2 people to respond to, then that means that you revisit the discussion board a little bit later to respond to 2 other people. And thank you very much, everybody. That is what we're going to be focusing on from now to the end of the week. And I'm going to stop screen sharing here. And once we are done with that part of the Unit 2 content area, we're going to shift a little bit to another theme, but I'm going to keep that one a surprise. We will hear about it in the next video. So everybody have a great rest of your week and have a great weekend. And I look forward to reading your discussion board posts.